tonight. The Whyalla Steelworks owner pushing full steam ahead on plans for the site to generate its own power. And the unique way a sheep-producing family is giving back to Ronald McDonald House.
This is Southern Cross News with Abby Donaldson.
Good evening. Local leaders say the Upper Spencer Gulf is in a prime position to become a renewable energy hub. It comes as the Whyalla Steelworks owner claims renewable energy is a cheaper option than developing fossil fuel.
A key issue facing the Whyalla Steelworks is energy costs. One of the main solutions is for GFG Alliance to generate its own power. Owner Sanjeev Gupta is throwing his weight behind renewable energy. He's told The Guardian it makes more economic sense to invest in solar and wind than fossil fuels. Whyalla State MP has welcomed the news.
Very important that you get a private sector individual like Sanjeev Gupta willing not just to talk the talk.
Mr. Gupta's personal support is backed financially to the tune of $1.5 billion. It adds to 8 other projects in the pipeline around Whyalla and Port Augusta. Whyalla's mayor says the construction is not only a jobs booster, but a job creator.
Possibility of cheaper power and very available power is certain to encourage those industries to come to our region.
Mayor Brewer says Mr. Gupta's private investment is good for public confidence. She says it could establish the region as the home of renewable energy.
We could become the renewable hub of Australia, I believe. We've got so much opportunity there ahead of us.
In a statement, Port Augusta MP and Energy Minister Dan Van Hulst-Pelican says the government is committed to having the right generation mix, so consumers have cheaper power in the transition to renewables. John Hunt, Southern Cross News.
Meantime, the federal government will triple the support package for the SA town that eventually hosts a nuclear waste dump. The project's shortlist includes sites outside of Kimber on the EP and near Hawker in the Flinders Ranges. $31 million will now be available in support. It'll cover new infrastructure projects, training to work with the new industry and protection of cultural heritage sites. Meanwhile, time is running out to register for the community ballot, which will vote on the project. Residents within 50 k's of the sites have until July 31 to enrol. The fate of a half-completed mural in Broken Hill CBD is set to be decided by local councillors. The artwork was halted over 5 months ago after council staff discovered a development application had not been lodged.
Will it be finished or will it be painted over? It's in the hands of Broken Hill's councillors.
This has gone on for a long time. The report that's before council is recommending that the mural not go ahead.
In February, artist John Hinton started painting a mural on the side of Nature Surgery in Crystal Lane. The artwork had a number of features, including local GP Ramu Nature riding a giant elephant. However, the mural was being painted on a heritage building in a heritage precinct without development approval. A heritage impact statement had also not been submitted. Work on the mural stopped as a DA was organised. An extraordinary meeting was held in March which resulted in the mural's development application being referred to an independent consultant because council's process had been compromised. And now, ahead of tomorrow night's meeting, many are saying the mural shouldn't go ahead.
To say that it doesn't fit into the heritage of the city is completely wrong. To get someone from out of town to tell us what our heritage is about is completely wrong.
Dr Nachapan says he's disappointed the process has taken so long and that a decision is being made while he is out of the country is suspicious.
We're more than happy at any stage since February to make modifications that would be consistent with our council's requirements.
Council meets tomorrow night at 6:30. Patrick Roinke, Southern Cross News.
A representative to the United Nations has stopped off in Port Augusta, holding consultations with the region's youth. The data from the visit will be presented to the UN General Assembly in New York.
Giving a voice to the country's young people. The Australian Youth Representative of the United Nations is meeting with people under 25 across the region to engage and collect their opinions.
I spoke with a lot of young people who had really insightful responses to the questions that I asked them and were really open about their experiences as young people.
These volunteers have been holding consultations with youth across the country, from education centres to community groups, even juvenile detention centres. The findings will then be delivered to Australian leaders, as well as international leaders, at the United Nations in New York City.
It aims to connect all young Australians with something that enables them to have their voices heard on not only a national level but an international one as well.
Today's first consultation was held with students at Port Augusta Secondary School.
I think today was really important, having young people heard with all their problems.
We'd love to see how opinions here differ from students who have grown up in inner city areas.
The students are particularly hopeful there'll be more sessions like this to make sure their voices are heard.
I think more opportunities like this should happen in every school.
I think that we need to bring young perspectives into the forefront.
Garth Burley, Southern Cross News.
To a touching story now of how a family who once needed help from Ronald McDonald House is giving back. A sheep-producing family has come up with a unique way to raise funds at their upcoming ram sale.
We're at the home of the Brahmana Polmerino sheep stud, about 100 kilometres north of Port Lincoln. They're getting ready for their annual on-farm ram sale, but this year a very special ram will go under the hammer.
This year we're going to donate a ram to the Ronald McDonald House.
Since their last ram sale, the Harris family went through a challenging time with their first daughter Isla. Requiring specialist care in the city, the family had to pack their bags for Adelaide.
Isla was born at 32 weeks, so we faced a fairly long stay in Adelaide. We were lucky enough to get accommodation at the Ronald McDonald House.
With having Isla so early, it was so unexpected, and having to deal with all of her care and learning all the lingo and everything that we needed to learn. So having accommodation there was just one less thing we had to worry about.
And so it was an easy decision for Jaden to pick a very special ram to donate the funds to the house that supports so many rural families.
We're donating lot 49 because we actually stayed there for 49 nights.
I think it's really good that we do have the opportunity to give back because there's so many families that use the Ronald McDonald House in Adelaide.
The Brahmana sale will kick off on farm here on July 30 at 2 o'clock, where lot 49 here and 80 other rams will go under the hammer.
Lot 49, he's a reasonably big sheep. He's got beautiful, rich, deep, crimping, nourished wool. We hope it's the ram that people will like.
Casey Trelaw, Southern Cross News.
Still to come tonight, a local hairdresser helping dads learn how to style their daughter's hair. Residents in Port Augusta could soon have the potential to dine on the edge of the Gulf. Council is investigating the feasibility of future development for a wharf cafe or restaurant. They will conduct their own investigations on the viability of the food hub before asking for expressions of interest from developers. Members say this could be a big opportunity to boost tourism in the town. Well, Port Pirie Regional Council is bringing new life to 3 parts of the region this weekend as part of National Tree Day. Council is encouraging locals to roll up their sleeves and plant a tree.
Greening grey areas in our community. Council is continuing to beautify the region this year by taking part in National Tree Day this Sunday.
It's all about putting something back, and particularly when you're planting trees, you're planting something that's going to have a long life and it's going to be part of this local landscape for many years to come.
Council is encouraging families to get their hands dirty and take part in this year's event to help create a healthier, happier and more connected community.
We've got 100 trees for planting, and it's not just Port Pirie, we've got events happening at Christa Brook and also down at Kalunga.
Council hopes the injection of new life into Laurie Park will encourage tourists to explore the Nelshaby Reservoir and venture further into Napperby. It's hoped this year's event will improve the overall appearance and transform the city.
Also that people can pull in their caravans, their RVs to stop for a little while and enjoy the landscape.
With spots filling up quick, be sure to register your interest at the Port Pirie Regional Council office.
The Laurie Park time will start from 10 and go through till 12, and there'll be a barbecue available for participants after we're finished.
Rachel Nell, Southern Cross News.
Port Augusta's stellar run of lottery luck has continued with a local Keno player, the latest person to take home a big win. The woman, who wishes to remain anonymous, purchased the winning $50,000 ticket from the Arana Lotto and News Agency, where it was drawn in Monday's Spot 8 prize. The win caps off a purple patch of luck for the town, with another local lottery player taking home a $1 million share just last week. Baker Bears in Port Pirie has won the title of Best Mud Cake in the state for the third year in a row. The bakery has also confirmed reports of a new shop opening in the Mid-North.
With 42 bakeries and around 300 products competing, this deliciously rich mud cake has taken home the title of Best Mud Cake for 2018 for the third year in a row.
Mud cake got the highest score cake and pastry in show. We got a 94 out of 100, which was an improvement on last year and the year before that, so that was really great.
Baker Bears stole the show this year. Second place came in at just 80 out of 100. It's believed its delicate chocolate garnish is what made it stand out.
And basically the design that we did on the cake this year, we pretty much started working on that at the end of last year.
Baker Bears also entered this dragon-themed cake, which came third in the novelty section, as well as many other iconic tasty treats.
The novelty cake as well. We took some breads down, in particular we've been working on ciabatta breads.
And there's more to come from the locally owned business.
Our third store will be opening in September, but we're not letting people know where. They'll have to keep their eyes open.
The newest bakery is expected to put money back into the pockets of locals, with around half a dozen new jobs set to be created. Rachel Nell, Southern Cross News.
It might be out of a dad's comfort zone to put their hand up for styling their daughter's hair at home. But one local hairdresser is on a mission to change that through daddy-daughter nights for dads to learn new styling skills.
Ponytails, pigtails, plaits and fishtails. They're all the styles a group of dads now know how to do when getting their daughter's hair ready each day.
After speaking with a mother one day who had to go back to work, and she mentioned that her daughter had said to her that, oh, now it means I'm going to have to get a dad ponytail.
And after seeing similar programs in Europe, Paige decided to start up some daddy-daughter styling nights.
It's a little bit of bonding time. I know my dad would have killed to know how to do my long locks when I was younger, so it's something cool to do together.
The wife booked us in, and a couple of other lads as well, so thought we needed a little bit of practice, so it's been good fun so far.
While the night starts out learning some basic skills, the real fun comes with a freestyling competition, with the winning look filled with big bows and plenty of colour.
Yeah, obviously it went pretty well. Bit of a shock to come away with the prize, but happy to take it.
And the girls were pretty impressed with their dad's skills too.
Did you have fun, and do you like your hair?
Yeah.
Did I do a good job?
Yeah.
Has Dad done a good job?
Do you want to try?
Mhm.
Thanks, mate.
And the classes have been booking out quicker than expected.
We honestly were thinking we were going to struggle to fill one night, and that we would only do it this school holidays, but it's definitely something that we're going to continue on with.
Casey Trelaw, Southern Cross News.
Stay with us after the break. We'll have the weekend sport results.
And despite some finer conditions today, more rain does look like it's on the way later this week. I'll have all the local weather details soon.
Welcome back to local sport now, and there's been some great games of netball happening around the Spencer Gulf. Patrick Reinke joins me now, and there were 3 high-scoring matches in Port Lincoln, Pat.
Yeah, that's right, Abby. There were some cracking games in Port Lincoln recently, but this weekend's fixture looks to be even better, with a top-of-the-table clash in the A1 division. To the recent weekend though, and it was Wanilla Rangers just getting over Boston by 2 goals. South United are in the winner's circle, beating Imperial 49-37, and Wayback continued their undefeated season, besting St Mary's by 32. This Saturday we'll see first place Wayback take on second place Wanilla. That will certainly be game of the round. Heading over to Whyalla now, and Kiwi were far too strong against YCW, winning by 52 goals. The match between Warriors and True Blue was a little higher, the Warriors winning by 14. To Port Augusta, where we see Railways continue to dominate the competition. The side is yet to lose this season and are in ripper form after downing Magpies 61-26. In the other game, Vikings got the job done over St Joseph's. Moving on from netball to Broken Hill winter tennis now. Remember, the season started when the World Cup was on. That's what inspired these team names. In the first match, Andrew Malloy won all 3 of his sets as France downed Belgium 4 sets 38 to 2 sets 23. The other 2 games were a bit closer. Brazil beat Spain by just 6 games, Nathan Crabb winning all 3 sets there, while Germany got the bragging rights over Argentina, winning by 8 games. And finishing off with the Outback Rugby League, and the Wilcannia Boomerangs are the minor premiers after a solid win over Pantu Warriors. The second game was a bit more one-sided, the Menindee Yabbies winning easy over the Broken Hill Saints. Well done to Casey Shillingsworth on scoring 3 tries. Final start this weekend. So Abby, a fair bit going on sport-wise at the moment. And a reminder that if you want your sports results on Southern Cross News, send them through to localsport@sca.com.au.
Thanks, Pat, and time now for the weather with Amy.
Thanks for that, Abby. Some centres saw a break from the wet weather with a sunny 22 in Port Augusta today. Fine in Whyalla, reaching 21. Showers continued in Port Lincoln with a top of 18 degrees. On the satellite, rain and showers in the east are easing as skies clear to the west, with a ridge of high pressure building across the region. If you're out on the waters tomorrow, northerly winds will shift northwesterly up to 10 knots, with seas reaching up to 2 metres. Sunrise is at 7:18, while it will set at 5:34. Sunny conditions hanging around in Port Augusta tomorrow, reaching a top of 22. Mostly sunny in Whyalla and Port Pirie, with temperatures sitting in the low 20s. Showers and 17 for Port Lincoln. Rain will settle in over the next few days in Port Lincoln, Cleve and Woodna, with temperatures sitting in the mid-teens leading into the weekend. Showers predicted for Whyalla by Saturday and a top of 18 degrees. Similar conditions expected in Port Augusta and Kadina in the coming days. Showers and temperatures in the mid-teens expected for Port Pirie, while maximums in Clare will be a few degrees cooler. And in Broken Hill, despite the rain late in the week, a fine Saturday with a top of 16 is predicted. So Abby, it's looking like the wet conditions will settle in around the region over the next few days.
Good to hear. Thanks, Amy. And that's all from the news desk this Tuesday. Enjoy your evening. Good night.